Everyone, and welcome back to the studio. Today we have a very special guest. He's a senior here at Oak Mountain, and he is an athletic weapon as well as an academic genius. Was that a good enough intro for you?
I think that's pretty good. Yeah.
All right. He's been my good friend for a long time. Please welcome to the studio, Peyton Swann. Peyton, how you doing today?
Good, man. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. So before we started this interview, we were kind of talking. Track season just started up recently. Yeah. Y'all recently went to the Crossplex, right?
Yes, that was during indoor season.
Yeah. So tell me about that meet they all just had.
So I'll talk about the state meet because that's the most recent indoor meet we had. It went pretty well for everyone else, probably except for our 4x2 team. We didn't do so great. We had a couple people that were hurt, but I mean, just the environment was really great, and I really like the Crossplex. It's a really great place. But we just started outdoor season. We had our first relay meet. So since Herdmont was being destroyed, we had to move somewhere else. So we went to Helena. Helena is super welcoming, so it was really nice. And we did pretty good there. I think we got fourth overall.
Oh wow!
In boys and girls, and then we got number one in the co-ed races, which was really good. So.
Yeah, that's amazing. And you know, it's great that it sucks that we don't have Herdmont right now. Yeah, it's like exciting, but also you don't have a place to practice. But it's great that we have that neighbor school that's willing to help us out.
Yeah.
So I always wanted to know, how did you get into like track? Like, what made you think like, oh, that's what I want to do?
Well, it actually happened in middle school. I saw like a flyer for like track and field, and I was like, I don't do a spring sport, because that's when I kind of got cut from the basketball team. So I was like, I don't do really a spring sport. I'll try it out. And I really fell in love with it, and it was really great. Just the community, I really like the social aspect of it. It's way more social than football kind of ever was for me. I've made so many great friends off of it, and it's kind of just like a good de-stressor, the running. I know a lot of people was like, oh, I hate running. Running's terrible. But it's really a great de-stressor, and it's really fun. I just love it.
That's great. And especially that's the one thing I love about Oak Mountain is like, no matter where you are, you can find your outlet, find what you want to do, what you like. So you said there a lot of track is more of like the social aspect of it. So what would you say is one of your like favorite memories from track?
So I can't remember if it was my freshman or sophomore year, but it was absolutely pouring down rain one day, and coach was like, we're still having practice. So we ran out there in the pouring down rain, and I remember at the end of practice, we all slid into like big mud puddles, and it was absolutely insane. It was like a surreal moment. It was just awesome.
Yeah, that sounds super fun. Love it, especially with bands. Sometimes they're like it's pouring outside, but we're still practicing. Yeah. It's just like you just have some of the most fun outside when it's raining.
Yeah.
So you said you do track. What do you run?
I do basically a lot of things. So I do the 100, the 200, the 4x1. In indoor, we do the 4x2. And for a couple of the meets, we do the sprinter medley relay and the distance medley relay, which I do that. I throw javelin. I'm trying to branch out this year. Hopefully Coach Rogers lets me throw a shot put, maybe discus.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to jump, do long jump, triple jump. So maybe something like that. And I'm also thinking about maybe doing the decathlon too. So
wow.
That should be really fun.
Wow, so you're doing like it all. You're doing everything.
I just want to try it all, It's my senior year. Got to go out with a bang. So
like we said in the intro, athletic weapon.
I don't know about that, but okay.
So on top of doing track, you've also done football. I've seen you out there. You're a wide receiver this year.
Yes.
Yeah. So through football, what do you think is something that like you've learned from being on that team and being a part of like a group that's so like focused on like work ethic and stuff like that?
I guess the one thing that I learned from football with that is just the determination of it. I mean, like, practice sucks for football. It's just not fun. And it's kind of just like just getting up, like especially because in the summer we have to get up really early in the morning and go lift and run and all that stuff. And you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's kind of just like having the determination and the discipline to go do that. And I think that's what I'm going to take into like my future is that thing because like with the career that I want to do, I mean, you got to be determined and you got to be like steadfast and you have to be disciplined to just succeed. So that's kind of one of the main things I learned from it.
Yeah, that's great. Especially like with something so strenuous as like football on your body. Like you have to lift all the time. You gotta get weightlifting, conditioning. stuff like that, but also a part of it, you know, builds skills that you can use, like you said, later on in your future. So on top of, you know, being, you know, just the complete package of athleticism, you're also, at least I've seen, you're pretty good in the other like social aspects of the school. So we're both in ambassadors.
Yep.
You're actually part on leadership team. So what do you love about the ambassador program?
Main thing I like about ambassador is just that we get the chance to help other people. And a couple of the tours are just like great too, because you get to meet kids from like different schools that want to come here, and they're a little scared sometimes. So I mean, just calming them down and showing them around the school is really nice. And just being able to reach out and help with the community is also like a great outlet. I really like doing that because it's kind of just giving back. So like the community's given so much to me, I feel like I have a chance to give back and just help out as much as possible.
Yeah, and you know, that's another thing that I love about ambassadors is like that, you know, getting able to meet new people and kind of like show off our school and, you know, how much better we are than all the other schools around.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we were talking also earlier before the interview. You're going to South Alabama next year. Go Jags.
Go Jags.
So what do you plan on studying?
So I'm gonna major in biomedical sciences.
Nice.
And I'm thinking about doing a minor in digital photography because it's something I've kind of picked up this year and I really enjoy it. But hopefully that biomedical sciences will be in like a pre-med track. So I'm looking to go to med school.
Nice.
I have a real passion for it. I just love it.
Yeah. So you want to, like you just said, you want to be like a doctor or go to the med track. You know, what kind of made you decide that that's what you wanted to do?
I have a couple reasons for why I wanted to do med, but one of the main ones is that my grandma was an anesthesiologist, and she was the first in our family to get a college education, and she worked extremely hard for it. So that just kind of inspired me to follow that. And also junior year football season, I almost tore my ACL, so I just got to go through that whole process of recovery and meeting the doctors, and they were just so kind and, you know, just so caring about it that I was like, wow, that's just really what I want to do, just to help people regain function. So like orthopedics is kind of like what I want to do. Yeah. So it's kind of what started that, I guess.
Yeah. Well, that's really cool. You know, for everybody from Oak Mountain Media, we can wish you luck next year and on your future. You might be my doctor one day.
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe. But, you know, thanks for coming in, Peyton.
Of course.
And talking with us. You can follow us on all of our handles at OakMTN Media. And that's all for today, and thank you for watching.